Okay, folks, welcome to the Contrarian Trader. This is Bob Desmond. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping first. Before I get into the stocks that I'm going to discuss this week, we're going to take a look at the charts of Higher One Holdings, ONE, JAKK, that's JAKK Pacific, RLD, OUTR, ESC, that's Emeritus Corp, BONT, Bonton Stores, Facebook, FB, Popular, BPOP, and RLD. Before we get to the charts, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. This is the new site. It's still under a little bit of construction. I keep getting emails from people. How do I join? The links don't work in the free trial area. I know all about it. I apologize. It's a work in progress. We should have everything up and running by next week, hopefully. So I raised prices. I had to. My costs went up, so my prices had to go up. So as of right now, I'm still offering the old rate of monthly $29.95. Quarterly is like $77, and annually is like $297. So you'll need to email me, robert@thecontrariantrader.com. I'll send you a link, and I'll get you signed up. Don't try to sign up through the website just yet. It's not quite ready. I want to get it up and running for you folks as quickly as possible. Please stop by and visit. I'll be putting up a watch list for everybody to take a look at. And if you have any questions at all, send me an email. Again, robert@thecontrariantrader.com. All right, let's get to the charts. Enough of housekeeping. JAKK Pacific. This is one that I have been touting for some time, not as a buy, but as one that we want to keep an eye on. Now, technical analysis for dummies would have told you to buy back here because the RSI was below 25. How wrong could you have been? You can't rely simply upon an RSI or any one indicator. You need to take a look at your price action. You also need to take a look at your volume. So as it stands right now, I've been on the sidelines with JAKK Pacific. The stochastics have really bothered me because of all this choppy action. As of yesterday, I had a little bit more hope for the stock, and I plan on getting into that with members in the week ahead commentary. I put that together on Sundays for members only. We go into the intraday, daily, weekly, monthly charts, whatever it takes to get a good idea for where the stock may be going. Case in point here with JAKK Pacific. Take a look. The stock continued lower. However, the RSI didn't confirm that lower move, and now we have a good setup here. Higher highs in the RSI beginning to break out. Price action on Friday was good. 450 looks to be a good support level. I have never caught so many negative emails regarding any one stock that I've been watching than I have on JAKK. I received a Twitter message the other day about who's going to buy JAKK. Nobody wants it. Well, that's why I like it. We want to go against the herd. This is a herd mentality. Everybody wants to sell. Now it's gotten to the point where it's unsustainable, the selling. We know there are shorts in here that need to book profits, and we're going to want to take advantage of that counter trend rally, and then we'll move to the sidelines. I'm not saying that it's an investment. I'm saying that it's a swing trade. Next stock up is Higher One Holdings. We traded this one. We booked profits last week. It's very similar to JAKK. It was in a steep decline. Nobody wanted it. We watched it set up for a double bottom setup. Many times you'll see people say, look for the W formation or the double bottom setup, whatever you want to call it. And they don't realize that one of the most powerful setups when you're trading extreme oversold stocks is the undercut double bottom. Now, what is an undercut double bottom? An undercut double bottom is when the stock bottoms, and you can see this support level here. A nice key reversal on the day, a bottoming tail on the candlestick. It rallies. 768 became your pivot point. Pulled back down, and everybody's watching. Oh boy, it better hold 705. And if you're bought over here, guess what everybody did? They put a stop loss order in just below 705. And then you have guys out there like me who are speculators watching these guys putting these stop loss orders. And what we look to do is we look to bang out those stops and get in on the stock at a cheaper price than everybody else. That's an undercut double bottom. Sure enough, we were in here at these lows, rallied. We pulled in $4,600 off of this trade. I'll drill down to a 30-minute chart to show you how we knew it was time to get out. Even though we had this bottoming tail, we got out here on October 1st. And let's drill to the 30-minute chart. On October 1st, you saw a big topping tail on the 30-minute chart at 780. Then we pulled back, nice bottoming tail, rallied once again, 783, another topping tail. What does that tell us? It tells us that there were sellers up here, and we wanted to book our profits, and that's exactly what we did on this key reversal on the 30-minute period. And then I knew I was right, because when we had this nice little consolidation here, we rallied, nice long candlestick, failed to take out 783, and then the next 30-minute period, boom, we broke down below the support level, and thank goodness that we were out. Now, you might say this is a nice little consolidation here. You know what? It is. However, I'll leave you with this thought, and I'm going to go into this with members tomorrow. You need to be a member to check out my video on one holdings. Check out your topping tails on the weekly chart. So although the daily chart is looking good, the weekly chart is telling us a different story. So we'll come up with a strategy of how we're going to trade one holdings. Huge short interest on this stock with very low volume on a 3-month average daily basis. You have average daily volume, that's about 200,000 shares, 250,000 shares, and you have a couple of million shares short. Tell me that's not a great opportunity for a short squeeze. So we will be revisiting. It's all a matter of coming up with a strategy to get back in on higher one holdings with the best risk to reward. Next stock up. This is a watch stock, RLD, Real Incorporated. This is another one here where you have a good W setup, and as I mentioned on higher one holdings, you have a undercut double bottom here. Is this a fact that we're going to hold here just because you had a bottoming tail below 650? No, nothing can be further from the truth. You have to apply a strategy. I'll be going into that with members on the week ahead commentary tomorrow. Again, you need to be a member. I don't like the fact that down volume rose on Friday, and you see four consecutive days of rising of volume. Bad week last week, but I think the end is near for the sell-off on RLD, and we will be looking to get long of it fairly short order. Potential double bottom setup here on the Ultimate Oscillator, looking strong. Stochastics not looking all that good. So we're going to need to drill down to the weekly and intraday chart to find out when there might be a good entry point on RLD. Next stock up, OUTR, Outer Wall Inc. This is one where I've mentioned it to my members, and the only reason why I'm still mentioning it is due to the fact that I had 4 members join in on this trade. I did not. I did not trade this stock. They did, because of what we discussed on the week ahead commentary. And you could see the stock sold off hard. RSI, when I discussed it, was below 15. Nice double bottom setup. They traded it, and they took, in some cases, from trough to peak, it was a 25% rally. You had between 20 and 23% profits taken by members. Again, I did not trade this stock, so I don't want to come off as if I did. I wish I did. I didn't, because it didn't meet my criteria. And every once in a while, they slip away, but you have to obey your disciplines. This is OUTR, same stock, on a weekly chart. Where did I want to get involved with it? I wanted to get involved with it either here at the next support level, or even better, down here at, say, 39.50. That would have been the ideal entry point for me from a risk to reward basis point. Just because we rallied up to 57.50 doesn't mean that we're going to continue higher. Many times you'll see stocks like these roll back over and make newer lows. In fact, you could argue that you have a big head and shoulders setup forming on this stock, and I'm not calling for this to happen. I'm just giving you a visual right now. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and here's your neckline right here. And if you break down below this 37.43 level, you're going to see the 20s on this stock guaranteed. So OUTR, we're going to continue to watch and see whether or not we're going to want to get involved with it as either a long or a short. As of right now, I'm not looking to do either. It's simply a watch. That's it. Next stock up, ESC, Emeritus. This stock we've been watching for, say, 3 weeks now. We have a nice double bottom setup here. We pulled back down. We're again retesting 1850. RSI is making higher lows, looking good. I don't like the fact that you had rising down volume. Stochastics are looking good. Rising ultimate oscillator looking good. I will admit slow stochastic is looking like a little bit of a trouble spot because it may just roll over. We're not sure on this one yet. We'll keep an eye on it. However, I still like ESC. Members will be going over the weekly and intraday charts tomorrow, plus short interest and where we want to look to enter and then potentially book profits and identify stop loss points. Next stock up is BONT stores. I've been watching this one for several weeks now, and we were watching it back here when I drew this annotated circle in blue, and we had a brief rally. What happens sometimes, and this is the reason why you can't rely solely upon the RSI, you can get a brief rally, or you can even trade sideways, alleviating this oversold condition, and then the stock just rolls back over, and you find yourself in a world of hurt if you didn't use a stop loss order. So we have not traded this stock in recent weeks. I've traded this many times in the past. It's a great trading stock, huge beta at 4. Beta is a measure of volatility, so please be forewarned. I like the daily chart. I'll be going into the weekly chart more so with members along with the intraday chart to see whether or not we want to get involved. And here was this is a weekly chart of BONT stores. We wanted to see whether or not it would hold the support level. It did not. The rally up to 1239 confirmed that this was going to be resistance. We wanted it to come back down to, say, the mid to low 10s, and we're there right now. So now we're going to take BONT stores a little bit more seriously as a trade. We'll drill down, take a look at the new short interest report along with the intraday chart to see whether or not we're going to want to trade BONT stores to the long side. Facebook. Okay, we bought Facebook back here in March, on March 26th at 26.08. This has been a great trade for us. You'll remember back at this time frame, it was after the IPO. Everybody hated it. You had lockup periods opening up on the stock. Everybody hated it. Facebook couldn't get their mobile ad business correct. CNBC was saying how it was going to go down into the teens once again, going to make new lows, yada, yada, yada. You listen to all the talking heads on television, all the negativity, and you knew from the charts that the stock was consolidating and it was setting up for a rally. So we bought it here. We have almost a double on Facebook since March. We made a lot of money on Facebook. Really good trade for us and our members. Congratulations to members that held on to this. And for right now, as long as the market holds in there, we're going to hold on to Facebook. I will be discussing the stop loss point for Facebook because I do believe that this market in the next several weeks is going to roll over. It's going to roll over hard. We're going to want to look to take profits and move to the sidelines. Next stock up is BPOP. This is another one we've been watching for several weeks. It goes back to here. We wanted to see whether or not we could rally back above $28 per share where it is resistance. It failed to do so. It pulled back down to this next support level. Good bottoming tail here, potential undercut double bottom. We have a strategy for potentially getting long with BPOP. It's not one of my favorites. However, it is tradable, and we will look to potentially get long of BPOP in the next week or so. All depends how this overall market holds up. Just because I'm speaking about it now doesn't mean I'm definitely going to trade it. Some of my members might, but it doesn't mean I will be trading it. So I will definitely be discussing it tomorrow on the week ahead commentary. No doubt about it. Last stock up is going to be QTWW. This is a classic. I bought this stock back here when there was nobody wanting this stock. Typical contrarian trade. I like this stock as an investment. And we held on to it, accumulating shares. Nice double bottom setup. Came back down, put in a higher low. Had some resistance here at 285. And we had a great rally on the stock. I think this stock is probably going to go considerably higher. I have a point where I'll discuss with members. We're going to look to take half our profits off the table. I'll go into that on the week ahead commentary tomorrow. First, let's take a look at the daily chart to illustrate why we're going to want to look to possibly book some profits. Besides the fact, this is a daily chart, QTWW, Quantum Fuel Systems. We're seeing some topping action. This is a very volatile stock, thinly traded, and it's a small cap. So, yes, there's going to be natural volatility built into it. However, you have an RSI at 86.15. That can go higher. Don't listen to technical analysis for dummies. Just because it goes above 70 or 80 doesn't mean you just sell the stock. It means that, you know what, look for a logical area to look to take some profits off the table. If you're an investor in the stock, move to the sidelines, wait for that pullback, then jump back in. If you're a swing trader, which I'm not a swing trader on this stock, that meaning a short-term trader, then you might want to look to book profits, move to the sidelines, see if it sets up for a ladder formation, and then perhaps look to get long for another swing trade pop higher. But I'm a longer-term player in this stock. I am going to hold shares despite the overbought RSI, and then on that pullback, I'm going to look to buy those shares back cheaper and get back involved with QTWW. I think this is a buyout candidate. I also think that is at the beginning of a secular bull run. And that's it, folks. Again, prices are going up. Take advantage of the old pricing at $29.95 plus the discounted quarterly and monthly pricing. And as soon as the new site is up and running, the price has changed, so take advantage of it now. Shoot me an email, Robert at the Contrarian Trader, and I'll get you out a link to get to PayPal, secure checkout, and you'll get the old pricing. Don't try to check out through the website just yet. It's just not ready. And my apologies for that. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.